The worst decision in my life. I was driving down a desolate road, exhausted and starving after a 2-day business trip. It was 1 p.m. and I'd been on the road since 6 a.m. I hadn't seen a place to eat for miles and figured I wouldn't find anything for at least another 50 miles. That's when I saw it. A flickering neon sign through the thick fog reading Haven's Diner. At first I thought it was a hallucination, but as I walked closer, I realized it was a real, old-fashioned diner, almost like something out of a different time. Inside, the diner was eerily quiet, save for the faint hum of a jukebox playing a tune that almost sounded familiar. The smell of burnt coffee and grease hit my nostrils, but there was something else, something metallic, that I couldn't place. The place was deserted except for a waitress, standing by the counter with an unnervingly wide smile. Her eyes locked on me, like she'd been waiting for my arrival. I slipped into a booth by the window, barely glancing at the menu when she suddenly appeared, setting a steaming plate of meatloaf in front of me. The sight of it made my stomach churn. It was exactly like my mom's recipe. Overcooked edges, the exact shade of gravy. But she hadn't made it in over 10 years, not since her death. "How did you know?" I started to ask, but the words caught in my throat. The waitress only tilted her head, still smiling, and walked back to the counter without a word. I should have left right then, but I was too hungry and too tired. The smell of the meatloaf filled me with a bittersweet nostalgia I couldn't resist. I took a bite. It was perfect, exactly how I remembered it. But as I chewed, a strange feeling crept over me. I felt like I was being watched by someone I couldn't see. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. I glanced around the diner.